Winter sewing. It can only mean a couple different things. For me this year, it's flannel fabrics, vintage fabrics, and thrifted fabrics. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all different kinds of fabrics that were honestly all thrifted. My rationale this year is because this is my first, I guess I'm going to say my first real season of sewing true winter clothing. I wanted to try to find some cute thrifted fabrics to not break the bank, make some toiles, but also make them very wearable garments for the cooler winter months. I also have a big update for you about the channel here in just a couple minutes. Before I get into all of that and sharing these really interesting, some funkier than other fabric choices, hi and welcome. I'm Rachel Ann. This is Dine and Creativity, my channel fully dedicated to all things sewing, fashion, and of course the pursuit of creativity. So first I'll jump into the quick update. This is actually going to be my last video for several weeks, maybe a month, because my husband and I are relocating back to the East Coast. We got the opportunity to go back. I am such an East Coast lover. I love the four seasons. I am so excited about this change in life. But with that being said, you know that a cross-country move is a big undertaking. So I am actually pre-recording this video to share with you some of these fabrics I am so excited to work with. In fact, I'll share with you the one that just haunts my mind. I already have the patterns picked out, but wanted to also let you know that I'm not going anywhere, but I definitely am going to need a couple weeks just to kind of get acclimated, unpack, move, all that good stuff. And in the meantime, I'll probably post on Instagram and then also share maybe some short YouTube stories, things like that. And hopefully this video gives some inspiration, especially if you're new to sewing winter clothing like I am, to branch out, visit your local thrift store and see what kind of fabrics you can find. Because in my opinion, I found some goodies. I'm going to try and make one more stop at a couple of my favorite Southern California local thrift stores before we get on the road. But if not, I think I'm pretty stocked up at this point on different fabrics to choose from. So without further ado, let me get into it. Now, I think flannel is probably one of the best beginner-friendly fabrics for sewing up colder clothing, colder wear clothing. Let me clip that there. And I happen to find this very beautiful, I love the color, this huge piece of flannel fabric at my local thrift. It must be about 3 yards, maybe 4 yards. So I'm going to make a matching kind of leisure wear set. And kind of the challenge for me is to make something cute out of this fabric. So I think what I'm going to do is use the button down Nomi pattern. I'll throw it on the screen. I really want to gain that expertise and really nail down my cuff making abilities. That one, if you recall, kind of gave me a little run for my money the first time I sewed it up. So this is going to be a great piece of practice fabric. I think I paid, I don't know, $3.99 for this, something like that. So I actually couldn't wait. And this is the final project all sewn up. Overall, super happy with this flannel, really oversized top that I sewed up using the Nomi pattern. This is going to be my last sewing project in this house. It's just so cozy and comfy. I've never owned a flannel button-up like this, but I think it has a feminine twist. I think it could be styled so many different ways, and who would have thought with the flannel fabric, but I'm very happy with it. And I'm going to make a matching pair of pants with pockets. And in my mind, I think it's going to be very cute. We'll see what happens. But the main point is I think flannel is great. It's very easy to sew, very easy to work with. And especially for that button down oversized shirt pattern, I'm just seeing myself wearing this, walking my dog in the colder weather, in the chillier weather outside, things of that nature, and just kind of having something cozy for the holiday season. I cannot even wait to share what I'm calling the holy grail of Sherpa or shearling fabric. This was just a long strip. There's not a ton of it. I think it was $8 and I snapped it up. This was definitely somebody's fabric collection that they just donated. But this is going to be the big collar on my upcycled jean jacket. So I noticed that my husband had put a couple of his pairs of jeans in the donation pile. I quickly snagged those because I'm gonna make that kind of retro 1970s style jacket. That's probably going to be one of my earlier projects whenever I get moved and settled in my new sewing space, because it has just been on my mind for so long. And now that I'm moving to a colder climate, I get to wear all of these things. I'm so excited about that. So this is going to be a perfect collar, cuffs. We'll see where else I can add it. Might do a little poof ball on the end of the jean jacket ties that I'm going to make for the waist, but it's going to be a huge oversized kind of patchwork style jacket. Just something where I can creatively go wild and sink my teeth into it. But just a little food for thought. If you've ever seen any kind of fabric like this, I would be so curious to hear where, because I have searched pretty high and low and have yet to find this kind of Sherpa, really cool fabric. I did already throw all of these in the wash and dried them, and they all came out great. So I can't wait to share what I end up making with this one. But to me, this was pure gold to find this. I didn't even think twice, immediately scooped it. Then of course, more plaid flannel. There were so many huge pieces of this fabric. This is probably about 2 yards. I loved the auburn color, and it looks like black or navy blue that runs throughout. I might even just do pajama pants with this and some kind of cute pajama top. Maybe even make my husband a pair of pajama pants. We shall see. I've been really excited to work with flannel this year, just to even make that McCall's 8011 flannel shacket. I, again, loved working with the flannel. I think it's so easy. It reminds me a lot of working with cotton sateen. It just flows. It's the complete opposite of working with silky fabric. So if you are new to sewing winter or fall clothing, then I definitely think flannel is a great choice. And I think I can do something really cute with this. I may even use this to make the Vogue McCall's cape. Now I have a couple different flannel fabrics at this point, so I'm gonna try to stop with the flannel purchasing, but it is fun and it's nice to go ahead and kind of build up a small collection of flannel fabrics. And I'm gonna have a place to store my fabrics so that visually I can see what I have, which I'll share that with you once I get all moved in and settled. But I'm also excited to be able to see where my fabrics are, because right now they are stored all over in closets. So it'll be nice to have everything in one area. To me, this was a pretty interesting fabric. It is definitely a cotton. First of all, the print I love. I cannot get enough of the hot pink, the white, the light peachy pink, the beautiful, I'll try to come up close so you can really see it, the beige florals on there. This to me just screams out that it wants to be a button-down shirt dress, a long sleeve button-down maxi shirt dress. Just a very unique winter fabric, because I would not want to wear this in the summer by any means. It's too thick, but it's also not the same weight as flannel. So definitely a cotton, just not sure what category you would put it into. But again, this was thrifted. I think this was maybe $3 at my local Goodwill, but I did see it, had to get it, and can't wait to see what comes out from making it. But again, I think this is going to be a great one to practice on and maybe do something cute. Definitely try to do something cute, I should say. But I feel like this would be a great shirt dress of some sort with knee-high boots and a large jacket on top. You know, again, I'm getting excited. I'll get to break out my wool coats. It had been my sincerest hope to sew up a top to wear to Thanksgiving for this one. At this point, I just don't have time. Time has flown by. It's amazing how that happens. The whole month of October flew by. But nonetheless, I am in love with this vintage tablecloth. all of the gorgeous colors. That green, of course, you know, I am just so wild about it. Let me show you this border, because what I'm going to end up doing is make it so that it is almost a triangle bottom on the shirt, and use a simplicity pattern that I had made a different shirt out of. I can't recall the pattern number at this specific time, but I think it's going to be so cute. Add one of my little velvet ribbons at the bust and just have a really beautiful, well, it's really Thanksgiving type colors, but that kind of top to wear. You know, with some of these, particularly that green flannel that I shared with you, of course, I'm going to do my best and try to make something that's super wearable and very cute. That's always an added challenge when I thrift unusual textiles, is can I make a questionable fabric cute? And but it also isn't a whole lot of love lost if, and I'm speaking about the green flannel right now, if maybe there are some mistakes or some good learning lessons occur. Now this little baby, I want to do something really special with, so I'm going to think hard about making sure that the simplicity pattern is exactly what I want to do for it, but it's definitely a vintage tablecloth I just had to add to my collection. Love those colors. Second last but not least fabric is this beautiful cotton duvet. First of all, I am a glutton for gingham fabric or checkered fabric. I think it is so cute, so classic, and I just see this being the cutest maxi dress. Haven't quite exactly worked out exactly what I want to do, but there is a lot of fabric here, so I'll definitely go ahead and take apart the duvet cover, which will then give the front of it, the back of it. I'm thinking a full skirt, some kind of square neck top, because I want it to be kind of modernized, and some long sleeves on it, and I think it will be so cute. I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to do a button down the front, but if I do, I'll really pick out carefully some cute buttons to go with it. The buttons may be nice just to break up the pattern itself, or I may just leave the whole thing intact and make it a zip up the back. But either way, I think this is going to be really fun to work with. And again, it's not slippery fabric at all. This is cotton all the way. So, and it's a heavier weight cotton. So I think it'll have that warmth to it. Very excited about this one though. And then, you know, I'm kind of on my men's shirt upcycling kick right now. So I found this great, beautiful Gap beige, heavyweight cotton shirt. But this has so much fabric to work with. I just think the options for making something beautiful out of it are endless, and I definitely just see it being a paneled top. So I love the color. Again, the weight of it is thicker, and I can't say it enough, but it's nice to be able to practice sewing and actually create wearable garments from upcycling men's dress shirts, as well as, again, using these thrifted fabrics. Of course, what I plan to do, the more skilled I personally become, and this is in no way saying that anybody should refrain from buying brand new fabric for their first season of winter sewing. I am all for jumping in. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge advocate of that. However, there have been a couple pieces I look back on where I jumped in and used my good fabric, and I revisit those pieces now nearly 3.5 years later. And I don't wear the pieces as much because they were just not sewn as well. So this year I'm doing something a little bit different, where I'm really pushing towards gathering some thrifted fabrics. That way the pressure is kind of off. The ability to just sew up the winter wear is there. I learned great things from jumping in and using my good fabric. So no regrets. Life is too short to regret using your good fabric. But what I did was take away from that, maybe I can do something differently this winter sewing season. Plus, let's be honest, I'm probably going to take several weeks off from even being in the sewing room, just with the move and getting settled. So when I do jump back into sewing, it'll be nice to use fabrics that aren't my good fabric, if you know what I'm saying. All right, last but not least, this is definitely a summer fabric, but for all my fellow vintage fabric lovers out there, just feast your eyes on this glorious little tablecloth. How cute is she? Don't you just love that border print? And then of course, when the season gets warmer, I'm gonna try to use the print in the middle of the tablecloth. I think it's gonna be so cute. So just had to share that with you. It just makes me think of Easter, and I love it so much. So this will be packed up soon. I've started packing up all of my summer fabrics, my fall and winter fabrics, trying to keep a semblance of organization over here. But time will tell, and we will see how everything goes. Have you found any fun fabrics at the thrift store or at a regular fabric store? I would love to hear about either one and or recommendations you have for your favorite online fabric store shopping needs. Like I said, I will try to post on Instagram occasionally. So I'm excited for these new experiences. I think that's what makes life really fun, just to embrace change, even though I'm a creature of habit. Let me just be honest. So I'm excited to see what this new year of life brings. And I just hope that you're doing great. I hope that you're able to take great care of yourself, get some creativity in, spend time with family or friends or with yourself, and just enjoy being with yourself. I'm so grateful to you for being here, for watching. I'm happy that you've been here to join me on my sewing journey. And you know, I'll look forward to being back. I'll see you in a couple weeks. As always, happy creating and sewing, and be well.